3 occasions, they have been runaway winners. Northampton need to stay in this early on. Wigglesworth opts not to kick this time. Farrell moves it, goes to Good. It's covered by Ben Foden. Want to show that he shouldn't be out of the international picture. Great opportunity for him. Oh, that's a great line from Farrell. Burst onto that. Barrett was with him. Here's Fraser from Wigglesworth. And then it's Cruz. And there's going to be another penalty here. It was against Hayward. Saracens still playing the advantage. Brits.
No advantage.
If you ever want to see the benefit of having 2 playmakers in your team, here was a classic example. Alex Good took the ball, but Owen Farrell, newfound confidence, picked a majestic line. He's teeing up now for a shot at goal, but between Good and Farrell, they're so aware. Good takes the ball. Farrell now, set to your screen. Look how hard he comes, sees the hole there. Great vision from the fly half and a super offload there. First real threat from the midfield there of Saracens. That was brilliant play. Farrell is in such confident form.
He set up the scoring opportunity and then he took it. Owen Farrell, Saracens lead 3-0. Back with Foden. Chance to counter. Well, there was initially until he met Billy Vunipola. Go to Elite, finds Hayward. Here comes Laws wearing 6 and striding away there. Taken on the run by Christian Day. He's alongside Craig in the second row. Laws at blindside today. In for Varel. And here's a chance for Northampton to equalise. One previous European meeting between these two in the Challenge Cup semi-final. 7 years ago now. Myler doesn't show that Farrell-like accuracy.
Northampton at the moment, they've had a shot at goal and they've had a lot of territory gifted to them by penalties.
There's Foden. Fraser went through on him and the referee's given the penalty for the challenge from Fraser where the ball landed.
You watch it from this replay there, it's a penalty. There's an angle that looks wicked, but he's given him a yellow card. That's a big call. Oh Lord,
it's still in the system.
And worse than that, Miles, it's not just that it's in the system, that is the most awful hoik. I mean, if we see a replay, just keep your eye, viewers, on the flight of the ball. Don't worry looking at the post, watch the ball and nothing else. Look at that, that is a horror. That is not any wind here in Barnet, that is just an awful, nervous kick.
Here he is again. Oh, that's nice, as Nutley takes it and goes on. It was Harrison who created the opportunity for Nutley. Great strength, lovely offload as well. Now it's Hayward going wide. Here's a chance for Elliott. Elliott to the corner. Jamie Elliott has done it to Saracens before, and he might have done it again.
I'm not sure about the grounding.
Is there the ground in here? Wigglesworth, nowhere near it. He's dropped it. He has dropped it, no doubt at all. That is a very casual piece of play.
And Waller to Hayward just. Wigglesworth gets a boot on this. There goes Myler. Here's Foden. Photo Elite and numbers here on this side for Northampton. Myler's seen it. Day to Harrison. Harrison, now this should be a score because Peace is on the outside and Ken Peacey is in. At last Northampton break their duck.
if you're Billy Vunipola, you'll be slightly embarrassed there, because Harrison, who's had such a fine season for Northampton, has blown him away on the outside, and then he's just straightened up the full-back. Brilliant play from Northampton's number 8, and they do deserve it.
And number 8 today, he's worn different numbers this season, 6, 7 and 8, and that is making sure that the chance is not wasted. Timana Harrison to Kempisi. And that's better from Myler. Northampton have their lead. And they get the points. With something to spare as well for Owen Farrell there. There's Harrison once more. Comes Day and Myler. Out to Kempisi from George. And there's a little pullback as the PC brothers went through. They had the advantage there and they look to maximise it now. Farrell a little bit conservative with the touch fine. Again, maybe reflecting the current mindset. Saracens certainly feel like they're in a game, and Elliott is starting to rip it up down that flank. Foto Elite. Referee's going to give the penalty. Harrison again. No holes barred there. Off the floor from Craig. Myler, advantage will run out. But Jamie Elliott there. And your point about the finish and the comparison to George North, perfectly fair one, but North himself would have been delighted with that run. Beware the written-off team in sport.
Yeah, indeed.
Very dangerous animal, but Myler needs to grab these 3 points, and he does. And Northampton have a 4-point advantage. They will feel they should have more. Yeah, it's good ball as well, isn't it? Trying to create the shape to offer something down the blind side as well. Now it's up the middle from Brits and de Kock to Petrus Duplessis, and the tight head was on a roll there. Out from de Kock, and now it's with Ashton. There's a lot of space suddenly, and Taylor puts it down. What a start for Saracens to the second half.
I want to check probably obstruction by Black. Can you have a look, please?
Certainly stops Burrell in his tracks, doesn't he? But does Burrell go looking for him? It's such a hard call.
There is an obstruction by the Black, who initiated the contact with the defender, so it will be a penalty against Black.
I agree. It's interesting there as well that referee Garces turned to Mathieu Renard, his assistant, who's of course an international official as well, and drew on that experience. Obstruction the call, no try. But he's too good for that. Indeed he is. Farrell's the man. Always is. And it's giving Saracens a great chance to get across the gain line. What about the try line? De Kock. Here comes Mako Vunipola.
Trying to play with more patience now.
Out to Farrell. And good. And there's Ashton! He's splashing again. Saracens, who proved themselves to be England's finest, looking to do the same in Europe.
His attendants just keep on punching, and this time Ashton, look at him, right to left. That is a sensational line. He's going flat out. He's come from so late, and because he's so deep, there's a hole, because his man has not been able to keep up with him. A quite wonderful finish from Ashton.
Well, before he had space created for him because of the obstruction, not that time. He reads space so well, and with this man in the team too, Owen Farrell, of that kicking team, you can see exactly why.
Look at Ashton there.
Even though Saracens spluttered in the first half, why they are such a fancied side.
Yeah, Billy Vunipola ran a really nice decoy line. When you've got a giant like him who's such a threat, he comes from out to in.
Farrell's kick. And the road to Lyon has just got a bit shorter. To Cock, to Ashton, to Farrell. Good, stays calm. Elliott down in that corner where he missed that chance in the first half. Here's Matfield. Northampton have to keep going for it. And Myler, who's taken over as captain in the absence of yet another injured player. Oh, Wiles, that's it. The injuries at the end did take their toll.
Nothing to lose. The big hit comes from Taylor. Wiles sniffs it, that's the game.
And that's 2 more points.
Saracens, of course, can rest up a little bit next week before the European game.
Harrison looking to crown off a terrific individual display. There was Patterson. Kessel to PC, out it goes, and Courtney Laws puts it down, and who can deny Northampton that? That's a nice response from Chris Ashton. He knows how hard the Saints, his former club, have worked today, and they have pushed Saracens all the way. I mean, there is no such thing in professional sport as a consolation. They'll be hurting tonight, Northampton, but you know, as a neutral, you have to say that is a fine, fine effort.
And how fitting. Harrison makes the dart, Laws finishes it. If Nutley had been there, it would have been perfect from a Northampton perspective. Their back row has been fantastic.
Unable to extend their excellent record here to another win. Myler, rather ironically, finishes with a beauty and 2 more points. But it's Saracens who end with a win in the semi-final place. They have looked ready for the big European step up all season. Well, they didn't this evening in the first half, anything but. But that, in a large part, was down to Northampton. And the way the underdogs, with all their injury problems, attacked Saracens in that first period. But the question was asked at half-time, and Saracens came up with the appropriate answer, and they are now 1 game away from the final itself. And they have some major highlights to look forward to, both at home and in Europe still this season. For Northampton, it's just domestic now.